guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all feeling well. To my left, I've got Luke. So good evening.
Evening.
How are we?
I'm good. You?
Very well. Um, how do you feel about going into the with all the transfers at the minute?
To be quite honest, Dan, at this present moment in time, I couldn't really care less. I mean, we've just gone up. I mean, can we not enjoy them for a bit before we start dissecting whether or not X, Y, Z players coming, potentially not coming, you know, players that will come in and wear the red shirt at some point. We can all form an opinion about then. Until then, I'm happy to wait and see.
Interesting. How do you feel? Since the playoffs. First time I probably spoke to you since the playoffs. So, how do you feel about that day?
They were just brilliant, wasn't it? I mean, you wait 23 years for the Premier League and 30 years for the new Wembley, and you get both on the same day. I mean, it, it's a bit of a surreal feeling and one that I've not experienced before. So, to be honest, I'm just happy to just kind of go back and watch videos of the celebrations, and at the end of the day, the transfers start when the transfers start. I mean, the fixtures come out for the transfers will probably start. So I think that just about paints the picture, doesn't it?
Just a bit. I think fixtures come out next Thursday. I think that day will be on everyone's mind to see who we get first game. I know a lot of people say it will be like a Man City and that.
No, now look at we Brighton away.
But
Just
pretty
putting it
tough
out there.
one. I mean, would you love to see Brighton away? Oh, I mean, there was some start I read last week saying that you have to you have to go to the playoffs, always get champion first game as well.
Hmm, we'll see. Because Brentford didn't. They got Arsenal first game.
Yeah, true. Um, do you think as well with going up that we will do well? Next season with the squad.
Um, it all depends on what team we actually play and what squad is. I mean, because if we can keep on the loans, then yeah, I'd be more confident. But in a sense, you don't know what the squad's going to be yet. So we'll see. Okay, we seem to have lost that completely. It's brilliant.
Yeah, like that. I didn't need a
Oh,
toilet. But yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying that one, Lou. It, it will be good to see what sort we do after, especially going into the Premier League.
yeah, it all depends on whether we can fill the positions. If one we know on top of the squad we had needed adding to, but also I reckon you need to get three players to the kind of Johnson role. So you've got Johnson and then three more. Then you can really alternate. But the minute you've got Lolly, Silver, not really up to scratch. I mean, you can get around with Mighton because he's young, but Silver and Lolly, I'm just not quite thinking they're Premier League.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what will happen with that, especially with. I mean, do you think the squad that we got needs strength? I mean, needs strengthening a lot more than it also. Do you think that we might get away with it?
Well, the thing is, you lost 5 loans, so in a sense, you've got a hole at left wing back because Lowe's going to go back to Sheffield. You got a hole where Garner is, a hole where Zink is, a hole where Davis is. Let's even think about the hole where Spence is. I just think you lose them 5. Even if you then put in Larry Year, Aheda, Panzo, Surridge, and possibly Cafu, you still want. You're going to get or replace them 5, and then you still need a couple of wider players on the left because I think that's what we lacked towards the back end of the season. That kind of flair from both sides. And I still think you can add another striker to the mix. You got Storage, you got Davis, but if you can get someone like a, oh god, I'm going to name drop Joel Perot, then you see my initial thoughts, and this has totally got no connection to who I actually think we're going to sign. But if I was picking a transfer targets, I'd probably go Josh Bowler, Gibbs White, Joel Pirro, Jet Spence, Keenan Davis for a start. And then you look at your sort of Garner position. You can probably pick Lee Buchanan up on the cheap for wing back. I still think that could happen. Max Lowe, I think you'll get on the cheap. But then again, Dave Murphy. Is it, oh, is it Dave Murphy and Forest? So we'll see.
They will probably have someone else in mind there in Devontae, but I mean, we sort of talked to that Ukrainian lad. We weren't up for. I mean, do you feel like who we're being linked with at the minute, the sort of players that, well, the sort of positions that we are trying to improve because we seem to be linked with lots of defenders and strikers, but nowhere else.
I honestly think this is an absolute field day and the easiest jobs for people like Nottingham Post to do all year. It's where they can go around, they can find any name on a football database, put Nottingham Forest on the page, and get people to click. And then it's the same with the papers abroad. It's the same with the papers like the Northern Echo. I believe none of it until they're wearing a shirt of an opposition or a Forest shirt. I don't believe a word of it because, to be quite honest, we could be talking to this Ukrainian lad, but at the same time, he might be going to a team in North Botswana. You just don't know. And I tell you something, Dave Murphy would not be putting the information as common knowledge if we are going after this Ukrainian lad. Because everything he does, whether it was at Barnsley or us,
Your favourite.
is always put a smoke screen up, sign somebody different. That is literally how it worked. Who'd heard of Jed Spence coming to Forest before it actually happened?
No,
Proven.
it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see. I know there have been a lot of like talks with well, the media since last Sunday with Jed Spence. I know one paper saying this, one paper saying that about Jed. But I've been saying it since last week. Like if Jed Spence uses his brain, I think he'd be coming back to Forest. If we're being honest.
Right. I've been waiting to say this live on YouTube since the end of the end of the season. The more I read about Jed Spence and other clubs, the more I am convinced he'll come to Forest. The other thing is, just if I run through the names off the top of my head that I've seen us linked with, Ben Brereton, not going to happen. Nick Pope, probably not going to happen. Jamal Lascelles, not going to happen. Joe Rothwell, possibly, if you're not going to get Garner. I could go on. Gibbs White, I'd like to see Gibbs White.
Yeah,
The
I mean that one. Pardon?
Foreigners, I have no idea.
Nah, I don't either. I mean, look at your second favourite club, Barnsley. I mean, they've gone down to League One, and we have been linked that Styles for them, and it's like I can't see him fitting into our system unless if he's becoming more of a squad player. But it's a strange one.
You mean the Olden-born Hungarian?
Yeah.
Sorry, had to get that in there. I actually think Callum Styles would suit our system because we play sorry, name drop, Barnsley did under Ishmael, Struber, under the thing of Murphy. They kind of played that way, but I don't think he's a Premier League standard.
Yeah, I've been thinking that.
That being said, people thinking Brian Yates wasn't going to be Championship standard, and now he's a Premier League player. So I mean, every cloud.
Oh yeah. I mean, every cloud have a silver lining, as they say. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one. That's why I wanted to sort of bring it up. I know it's your second favourite team, Barnsley, so I thought I'd get in there whilst I can. But yeah, I mean, I do agree with it. I forgot what I'm saying. Next thing. Man gone complete. Get your comments coming in, guys. I mean, Merquan's in the house, saying hi. We sort of talked to a Ukrainian lad and Otto I think I pronounced it right. Then someone would clip it and use it against me, like they do with quality. Stuart asks if we're okay.
Yeah, I'm great. A little bit tired. So if I seem a little bit out of energy today, that's why.
Saying the Monday. Yeah, I mean, it'd be an interesting one now. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, but Andy Reid did say that most of the under-23s will be training with the first team next season. Well, this coming season. So do you feel like as well that we will be putting a squad more around the under players as well with the Premier League team?
Well, I think there'll be a lot of the under-23s that'll probably get their debuts at some point, whether pre-season, kind of during the season, whatever. I mean, we've used Konate, or Konyate, as I like to call him. I reckon we'll use Dale Taylor, but Ollie Hammond in the squad. I think Lawson will get a look in. But at the end of the day, you're going to get Carabao Cup, FA Cup, the Premier League. I mean, what's not to like? I mean, come on. And you get a winter break too this season, everyone. Full one. Right up until Boxing Day from November. Spread yours.
And I've won as well for years.
That'll please Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah. I mean, I know Lawson been quite involved with first team. Dale Taylor has the last couple of weeks. Finn back has. It's been great. I mean, do you think, especially more with Dale Taylor, do you think he'll get issues with the first team? He's been in and out the squad, like he's been getting closer to that 13 spot, which I think it'd be great. I mean, he made his Ireland debut.
I just think that the squad will be something that everybody can buy into next season, whether it's including Dale Taylor, Julian Lawson, Finn Back, Harbottle, whatever. Whether they're in and around it or whether they're still under 23s players or what. To be honest, at this point in time, Premier League, and we keep saying it because it still doesn't quite seem real, but we've just got to enjoy that fact, and then let's just watch the ride. Because, I mean, I reckon the first time in a long, long time, we can sit here as fans and not have to worry about FFP being a sticking point. Because we can go out and we can make the transfers. Don't go stupid, but we can make the transfers like 15, 20 million for Jed Spence. We can now physically do that because we have that sort of money. We can do the Gibbs White. We can do the Keenan Davis. We can do Jimmy Gardner on loan if we want to. We can do those sort of deals. Will we do? Doesn't matter altogether. But I tell you something, 5 million for Josh Bowler, Blackpool fans, doesn't seem that far off now.
That's the thing, and I mean, you mentioned it, the FFP. I mean, we get to keep our players now. Whereas if we didn't go up, we would have had to rebuild with like Joe Old Brennan. So, I mean, it done perfectly just to get up now. We don't have that worry of having to get rid of these players like straight away now. I mean, even Nicholas Wandel that there was within the FFP anyway, so it would have done it well anyway.
I just think, to be honest, that the total elation at Wembley was one for the Premier League and two for the realisation that for the first season in a while we don't have to sell our best players. We can keep Brennan Johnson, we can keep Joe Worrell, we can keep Ryan Yates. Because at the end of the day, they're going to want to play Premier League football. If we do the random thing and come down, then yeah, those players will probably walk. But then they've got a sell-on value of probably even more than we had before. But you know, let's like I keep saying, let's enjoy the ride. It's going to be fun. Haaland and Kane are going to come to the City ground. We're going to go to some amazing places. And at the end of the day, whatever's going to happen is not much fans can do about it apart from support the team. So let's start just doing that.
Yeah, I mean, and Haaland saying in Steve Cook's back pocket that Mitrovic did.
I mean, again, we're all going on about foreign players, about X, Y, Z players in the transfer window, and basically boring some of the fans to death with the amount of links we're getting each day. But at the end of the day, Steve Cook came out of absolutely nowhere. And to be quite honest, doing nothing short of sensational. I mean, thank you, John Moss and VAR. That was a great comment. I love it. But we've just got to be careful we don't get sucked into every link and suddenly think that just because it's been put on a paper that it's going to be true. Until they're wearing a red shirt like the official Nottingham Forest page, I will not believe a word anybody says about the transfers.
What do you think to get that petition that the Ulster fans put out today to try and get the match replayed? I mean, so petty.
Oh, boo-hoo. Maybe we should send them some fireworks to compensate.
Yeah, some flowers and some chocolate just to make up for it.
Big deal, you guys play in the championship again. You clearly didn't do enough to get up automatically, and then we won you 3-1 and out on aggregate. Go deal with it.
So funny. I mean, it's so petty, and it's a shame that we've seen them. Best of it had they used match fixing. I mean,
Have
if we
they
wanted to match fix it, then we would have said.
have we conveniently forgotten the fact that Sam Surridge scored a perfectly good goal against Huddersfield in the FA Cup, which was ruled out at 0-0, and then they went and scored to make it 1-0. Have they forgot the fact that officials just make errors? I mean, come on, watch the Premier League. There's enough of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think Brad, one of the YouTubers put on saying it's John Moss's dad, friends with Forrest. I mean, I'm friends with his dad, his mum, his sister, his brother, his niece, his nephew, his sister, his brother. I mean, it's just petty for me.
They've got small club syndrome. They want to be bigger than they are, and they're just not. They should get over it. We're in the Premier League, and they've got to suffer the fact that they're still not as good as Leeds United.
Yeah, small
Boo-hoo.
town in Leeds. You're just a small town in Leeds. But yeah, I mean, one other thing I wanted to touch up on about was now in the Premier League. I mean, there's been all that talk about the race section. Apparently, we got to put it up to that 3,000. I don't know how you feel about this because I know me, definitely you, got our season tickets already. So how they got to do that and never know how to do it?
Well, not naming names, but I had a discussion, and I reckon the best way to do it would be to put them in TNS block, put a wall in, put them in TNS block, and then, I mean, you can't move season cards once you've bought the seats because you've bought that seat, and at the end of the day, you didn't know when you're selling the seats that you're going to be in the Premier League. So in a sense, I reckon also what they've done is safeguard themselves for the next season. So if you stay in the division, you then have enough seats saved to then move people from Lower Bridgeford to the other parts of the ground for the following season when you know you're going to be a Premier League club.
True.
Look, it was totally Alan Beckson that makes us move to other parts of the ground because he's so anti-Forest. It's unreal.
You've been
Sorry,
called out.
out loud.
But I've been saying that. I mean, a lot of people have been saying to me about it, like, you know what's happening with season ticket cards. I mean, I don't because we don't even know ourselves what's happening. I mean, I said why don't we just give that corner and into T block, and then at least they got all that room to thingy. I mean, I know a lot of Premier League clubs, very few Premier League clubs got fans behind the goals there. I can't see them. I can't see us giving the fans to their other Premier League clubs if other Premier League clubs don't do it anyway.
We could give them. You could give them 3,000, can't you? Which is technically, it's not even the whole of Bridgeford end anyway 3,000. Because you give them 2.5 already, don't you?
Yeah.
So in a sense, what you need to do is, even if you had to move the thing and then chuck the segregation bit further across, then offer the seats that aren't season tickets in Lower Bridgeford to the ones that have had to move across slightly. They've more or less cracked it. But at the same time, I don't think there'll be as much thought put into it by Forest as there is by us two. Even if we chuck out Lower Bridgeford, you've got to relocate. I can see it coming. But at the same time, our press box isn't going to be big enough. The cabling isn't big enough. You need to have LEDH something lights for the Premier League. We've not got that either. There's a lot of stuff we don't have for the Premier League, including a permanent VAR screen. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of work to be done. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the video on Twitter, but they have started work on the pitch already for this season. I mean, they have got so much work to do. It will be. I mean, they will get it done. I know they'll get it done to Forest, but it's just a shame that they hadn't
Did I
started
not?
to double work.
Did I not read or hear somewhere that when Leeds went up for the first season, they got permission from the Premier League to not conform to rules? As in, they'd do it, but they couldn't do it straight away because they didn't know they were coming up. Sort of the same sort of situation. And it was too much. I think it was more around the allocation of away fans to say, we've sold tickets.
I don't know. First
And then
time I heard that.
I don't know. I could be making it up, but I'm sure there's a thing on Match of the Day where a commentator said something about away allocation or something that wasn't total allocation or something, but it was there. Can't remember.
First time I heard that, but I mean, we probably know more about it sooner rather than later.
Well, end of the day, the season can't start without us knowing where we're sitting.
Nah, not a chance.
So, like I said, let's enjoy the ride. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I had to mess around with my red light. You got anything you want to talk about, Luke? Or
Not
random?
really. I think everyone's listened enough to me drone on about enjoying the ride and having patience and not believing the first article that's first been published because you never know. We might just pull off you as a signing and go, yeah, Dan.
Oh, dear alarm.
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for the article. Come on, Nottingham Post. Dan Watts to sign as goalkeeper.
Yeah, first word I say quality. But yeah, I'd like to say thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for Luke for coming on.
No worries.
So I'd like to say thank you for watching, and goodbye.